Hello and welcome to a very special holiday episode of Cooking with the Briz. Yeah. This episode on Cooking with the Briz, we will be making a special holiday dish. Stay tuned and find out. On this very special holiday Christmas episode, we will be making shepherd's pie. The real reason we're making shepherd's pie is because of the shepherd and the story of Jesus being born. The shepherd is a very undervalued character in the story, and we don't know his story. So for that, we're gonna make some shepherd's pie. We're gonna learn a little bit about his story, where he came from, what he's doing, what he's shepherding. Now this is a very easy dish if your in-laws are on the flight coming in and you're like, what do I make for Christmas? Shepherd's pie, that's what you're making. All right, for the shepherd's pie's ingredients, we have ourselves a pound of ground beef. Now, that's us American version of it because they actually eat it with lamb. Next, we got some garlic, beef broth, mixed vegetable can, tomato paste to give it that little psst of tomato, a nice onion. I'm gonna have to revisit this onion thing. Some Worcestershire sauce. The Worcestershire sauce. Got some Worcestershire sauce. Then we got some taters. This is an easier way of doing it rather than actually mashing. It won't taste as good, but can't forget about the flour. Thicken it up. Then we got our spices. Thyme, rosemary, parsley, spice. Now, the last time I tried to cut an onion, it didn't really end up so well, so now we're ready. I can already feel the splatter coming onto my eyes. Oh gosh, it's not working. The protection's not working. Oh no. No, not again. Oh my gosh. Why can't I cut an onion without crying? Why not talk about the shepherd? The shepherd's important. Without him, there'd be no sheep to keep Jesus, Mary, and Joseph warm. Who do you think kept them warm? And this did absolutely nothing. We are going to turn this burner about medium heat or so. A little bit of olive oil, maybe let's say 2 tablespoons worth of olive oil. Now the shepherd. What did he do? What did the shepherd do? We're gonna pop the onion in. Probably cook it for about 5 minutes or so. Separate all your onion at this point. All right, so as you kind of see, the onion here is getting a little brown. It's starting to cook. This is what we want to see, but you don't want it too soft and sauteed as well. Pop about our pound of meat in here. I guess you could say I'm kind of a shepherd of the kitchen. Shepherding in my flock of meat and onion. All right, once we kind of get this meat separated, we're gonna wanna add our spices in. We're gonna do about 2 teaspoons of parsley. And then about a tablespoon of the rosemary and a tablespoon of the thyme. It adds flavor. Ooh, you can smell it. You can smell the rosemary. Smell it. We also should add a little bit of salt and pepper at this point. Touch of pepper just to cover it all. Antique salt shaker. Sprinkle sprank. A little sprinkle sprank. Sprinkle. Sprinkle. Just a little sprinkle sprank. Alright, as you can see, our meat is getting to a really good point here. It's almost done cooking. We're going to add our garlic. About a tablespoon and a half of garlic. Then we're going to add our Worcestershire sauce. We're going to do about a tablespoon of this guy. So give it a nice, airy kind of sauce, smoky flavor to it. Always go on the sauce. Do a little sprinkle sprank afterwards. A little sprinkle sprank. Next, we're gonna add the flour and tomato paste. We're gonna do about 2 tablespoons of both. Nice tomatoey taste to it. Just gonna thicken it up. Make sure you're mixing it up so that you can't see any more flour left. About a cup's worth of beef broth. We're gonna add our veggies now. Now beans usually aren't in a dish such as this, but while we're bringing it to a boil, we're gonna stir it up here, making sure everything's getting evenly mixed in, evenly distributed. We're also gonna preheat our oven at this point, bake to a 400 degrees. We're gonna set our timer for about 5 minutes. Get it nice cooked, all the flavors getting mixed in. Nice little mixy mix going in. Just churning inside. You can smell the rosemary and the seasoning truly giving it to you. Giving it to those nostrils, chesting it out. Seeing what's going on inside. These mashed potato packs are super easy. They'll tell you the exact amount of water to boil. All you do is boil, add the potatoes afterwards, and stir. I got this for our shepherd's pie because it's got the roasted garlic on there. Make it nice and flat here. All we're doing is waiting on the potatoes, and then we'll put the potatoes on top in a nice even layer. Maybe do a little magic, do a little sprinkle on the top, make a little flavor for you. Cameraman, hit me up with that water. All right. Simple, easy, so easy. Pop this potato mix in, you're done. You're freaking done. Stir it up. Take our potatoes. We're gonna take ourselves a fork and we're gonna spread it out. We're gonna take ourselves a spoon and we're gonna spread out the potatoes right on top. In hindsight, Ian probably should have made more potatoes. I gotta make more potatoes. The potato packet didn't really make enough potato. Don't worry, we have backup potatoes. Bring it to a boil. Sprinkle. A little bit of milk here. Gonna put some milk in there. A couple of things of this. We're gonna add a little bit of garlic. All right, now we're getting to that fluffy potato feel. Now, it's always better to make real potatoes. However, when you're in a time crunch, your in-laws are 2 hours away now. You've been slaving over a hot stove. You're not gonna wanna mash potatoes. Put a little shape in those potatoes in there. Make it look like you made it from scratch. We got our shape. We're gonna add a little bit more spice on top just to kind of give it that aromatic smell to it. The in-laws are gonna love it. Be like, honey, you gotta pick up your parents. We're cooking in the kitchen. We're cooking. Cooking with the Briz. All right, we're gonna cook this bad boy in that oven for about 30 minutes. If you can remember anything from today, don't forget the shepherd. Now for our all famous taste test. Ooh. And here we go. The all famous taste test. A little hot. All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Cooking with the Briz. Please remember to subscribe below and click back for last week's episode and the week before. I go to Hawaii for one of the episodes, and then the other episode is just in my old kitchen. So everyone enjoy your holidays this year. Thank your parents. They taught you how to live. Need to get a new knife set. Sponsors, hit me up with a new knife set. Would love one. I always like the organic beef. Save the environment. Maybe.